Hey, hi. Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to the Goat Force Gaming channel where we play the roguelikes and the roguelites every single time, folks. Always tremendous to be back out here with all of you again, taking another look at Dragon is Dead. This is a hack and slash action roguelite platformer, and I'll tell you what, I think it's pretty cool. So we took a look at this for the first time a couple weeks back. This is currently out in early access, originally released back in June of 2024, which feels like a minute ago, honestly. Can't believe how quick things move. But this has been fun, and I have continued to play since showing it off last time, and because of that, I have, of course, opened up some of the tremendous meta progression options. We've got several more uses of the health vial now, and well, I've got some interesting inventory items as well, like this legendary sword that actually modifies one of the abilities. We'll see that in a little bit. That's a promise. Okay. And yeah, we're coming into our own with this game. So we're hopefully going to slay ourselves a very nasty spider, let me tell you, and maybe get a little bit further this time. Or maybe not, and we're just going to have a good time with it, right? You never really know what you're going to get. So, speaking of the modified ability, let's go and grab that right now. Let's see, Leap Slash is the one. We can't get it just yet because we've got to spend a couple points down here in order to open up this part of the skill tree. So, no big deal, no big deal. It's not a race, right? Or is it? Speaking of races, let's not drink this coffee too quickly here. Let's take a sip. Cheers to all of you. I hope your week is off to a nice start. You know, when I took a look at the calendar the other day, I said, boy, oh boy, it's gonna be a busy one. And so far, that has held true, and that has caused the videos, some of them to show up a little bit later in the day, and I really appreciate your flexibility with that and the continued support. So let's get a reward chest, and let's take a look. Warrior's Drum increases attack speed by 7%. Dealing damage to an enemy has a 30% chance to increase your attack speed by another 15% for 5 seconds. That's great. So, I think we are absolutely going to go Warrior's Drum. That sounds tremendous. And I have to say that one of the things I like about this game is that it really puts your fingers at ease, right? If you want to just continue to slash, you just hold the mouse button down. If you're playing with mouse, of course. I would imagine it's similar on the controller. It's the little things that the goat appreciates, you know? All right, let's put another point in here. I'm going to go fire again. So that's kind of how I want to build us up, at least initially. All right, can we, ooh, man, can we not make that jump? Now, next time, of course, we will grab that skill. Oh, we can. Okay, so we can grab the ledge. Perfect. All right. This does give me a little bit of a Castlevania vibe in the best way because, let's be honest, it's one of the glorious games of our time. I would be okay with a new Castlevania game. All right, let's go reward chest soul gem this time. Increases your max resources by 10. Life soul gem increases your... Ooh. Probably gonna do that. Yeah, let's do that. Especially now that we have the additional vials. Back when I only had the one, it was Those were tough times, folks. All right, let's see what we can do here. Restores 50% life, increases additional attack speed by 10% until 2 areas are cleared. Okay, yeah, absolutely. We've got the coin. Let's do it. And we still have more coins. So let's see what the options are here. Wyvern's Wing Leather, normal artifact. Increases movement speed when using dash, 25% chance. Resets the dash's cooldown. Increases intelligence by 5, increases your damage by 12%. I like the damage increase. 50% chance to gain the healing effect of a dish without paying its cost. Yeah, let's go with the 12% damage buff. That sounds nice for us. These are getting quite interesting. After the third corpse takes its place, the insects collectively shrink back. The energy seeping from them mirrors the power of a successor. But it feels less like life and more like remnants, fragmented memories lingering in the air. I'll let you ponder that one. Okay, I'm gonna keep moving forward and attempting to pillage, right? Okay, let's see if there's anything else waiting for us out here. Oh, hey. Hello, are you here to help the town? You're dressed differently from the mercenaries. It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Lipa, and I am a merchant who sells trinkets. Unfortunately, I can't show you my wares here. I left them all in town. If you're interested, you can find me in town. I run my shop inside the house of the merchant who sells equipment. I know that one. Oh, you've met Granders already, haven't you? I'm his wife. You must have heard about our daughter, Joan, from my husband. I don't recall. Joan is traveling with the merchant group. As a mother, I'm always worried, but my husband thinks she should experience the world. I asked Clara to deliver something to our daughter. The guards helped me get here, but said Joan had already traveled through the elemental forest. I was wondering if I should turn back, as it seemed like a lot of work for them to take care of me and come all the way here. Could you deliver something to my daughter for me? I have a necklace with magical powers, and I'd like to give it to her to help as she follows the merchant group. Boy, that'd be really just a terrible thing if somehow the necklace went missing and our character just ended up wearing it and saying, I don't know how I got this. Thank you for doing me a favor. If you're ever in town, be sure to stop by. Okay, well, all right. Can we see the necklace accessory? Let's see. Huh. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that it's just something in the background, because I think we had these things before, right? This is the necklace we're using now. It's a legendary, so it's going to be hard to beat that. So maybe we won't be stealing the necklace after all. All right. Okay. No theft. How dare you even have that thought? All right, let's see what's on offer here from Guinevere. Increases your max life by 50%, but reduces your max resources by 15%. Increases your max resources by 100%, reduces your max life by 15%. I think I'd like this. All right. That's going to be a nice buff. All right, let's keep going into the Withered Forest. Now it's going to get a little bit more challenging because we've got some projectiles happening, but we are about to open up our skill that I've been telling you about with the modifier. So let's slide on up here. Actually, I think we're already there. Leap slash, there it is. Okay, all right. Okay, so boink. See that nice little phoenix blast out of there? Isn't that nice? Oh, we got some armor laying around here. It looks like a common, but we can do a number of things. We can break down items. We can sell items. So we got some nice options. Okay. Perfect. Good deal. Reward chest, an artifact or a soul gem. We're going to go artifact. Increases critical chance by 3.5%. Increases your magic damage to jolted enemies by 25%. Increases your damage by 15% again. Oh, that's interesting that you can get a heal off of that. I am going to enhance our crit chance. And we may even take a look here. The challenge is, I think you have to switch to the other element type. And I don't really want to have to do that. Hitting an enemy that is burning with core skill increases crit damage by 10% for 5 seconds. So we could do that. Or we could just come down here and add another point to this, which I think is what we're going to do. Okay. And who knows, depending on how far we get, maybe I will add another elemental capability, but I don't know that it makes sense to do that before we've maxed out the fire properties. All right, let's grab onto that ledge. Now, these areas, by the way, are procedurally generated. I have played a handful of times, and these areas are still looking new. Slight variations, right? And if this is the first time you're seeing this game, what I can also share is that, you know, upon death, you do lose your levels, of course, but you keep your gear. And so in a lot of ways, this game is very much a loot hunter. All right, what are we gonna do? You know what, we're gonna take these guys out first. Oh boy, see, that's why we decided to do it that way, because I figured we were gonna get banged up a little bit. Okay, now we're gonna use this. And we'll take that. Good. Looks like we've got a point to put in here too. So I'm gonna distribute, because we've been using this quite a bit. And so I'm just gonna kind of rock back and forth from that. Advanced Soul Gem, that seems like too good to pass up. Increases your max resources by 20. Increases all resistances by 10%. Ooh, I like the armor by 30. Let's do that. Okay. Good deal. Oh, I think we've got a little bit of an encounter on our hands. It's the nasty tree. You know, what just popped into my mind is that scene that none of us will ever be able to forget from Poltergeist. If you know, you know, and many of you know, and now you're replaying that entire scene in your head, and I'm not sorry for it. Okay? I'm not. We're sorry, Robbie, of course. That was tough on Robbie. But he got through it like a champ. All right. You know what? Let's not die. How about that? I was trying to get through this without using a health vial. But don't know if that's going to be a thing or not. Let's try for it. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Legacy of Attrition. Maximum resources increased by 150. Didn't see the rest of it. And I also don't know if we're going to get all our health back or not. Let's take a look at what we've just picked up here. So Max resources increase by 150, but resource decrease by 10 every second. Okay. So I believe when they say resources, they're talking about the magic globe that we can leverage to pop off our skills. Okay, so that's very similar. 28% gold gang, 8% damage over time, cold resistance. Oh, wow. So this would be very good for our fire build, wouldn't it? That is interesting. We're going to throw that on because I think that makes sense with the way I've been building most of the time. I tend to lean fire heavy. And I do think we're going to get some health back, which is great. Hello, are you a mercenary too? Are there any mercenaries left for hire around here? Ah, you must be the successor. Hello, I'm Joan, a merchant selling groceries. Speaking of the successors, everyone says they are monsters who have lost all sense of reason due to their bone-crushing training and experiments. No, it's all just rumors, isn't it? I sell things like ruby keys, potions, light armor, and trinkets. Don't worry about the quality. They come from the most famous merchant couple in Cliffshire. Have you met my parents? Oh, no. They must have grabbed someone and shared my story again. They're so worried. But I don't intend to be tied down to the village, and while I do get very little help from my parents when I'm looking for items to sell, I want to make things happen for myself. With that in mind, go ahead and buy it. You'll love it. What's this, a necklace? My mom gave it to you? That's pretty sweet that you brought it to me. You could have just taken it and I wouldn't have known. Oh my goodness. Was she listening in? That's very interesting. I guess you're not as intimidating as people think. And of course, I've never thought that about you. Thank you for the necklace. I'll wear it right away. Well, you are welcome. What are you selling? Okay, so I think we should buy a ruby key. Common healing potion. So let's pop off a potion and then we will buy one. That's great. Okay, what do we got over here? Fruit pie restores 50% life, increases additional attack speed and movement speed. Yeah. Okay, that sounds good. You know, let's do that real quick too. Restores 50% life, increases additional attack speed by 10%. Yeah, let's do that also. Oh, do these not stack? Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so I was unaware. I thought we were going to get both benefits. Well, let's see what we got going over here. Increases crit chance by another 1.5. Reduces skill cooldown by 5%. Increases your max resources. Generates 30% more resources on a basic skill hit. That's kind of nice. Okay. So, I'm into that. Let's do that. And we're going to keep going here. It's the Gallatin Cave time. All right. It's going to get a little bit spidery. I'm warning, putting the warning out there now to our friends that don't like spiders. But if you've come this far, you've leaned into the creep factor of the game, you might be all right. I mentioned the other day that I lost my screen for a second there. Okay. There we go. Now we're back. Now we're back. Glad I didn't take any hits. Maybe the game stopped for a moment. Got dual monitors, so if I click off the screen... Oh, here we go. Can finally open one of these for the first time ever. Okay, that's perfect. Let's do this. Yeah, if I click off the screen... Oh, so it's just resources. Interesting. Alright. I'll get back to my Game Pass stuff in just a moment. Because as you're all aware, I only show off rogues on the channel, but occasionally, you know, I'll play other games as well. You just don't see them here. All right, we are gonna need some health after this. Oh boy, speaking up, let's maybe pop that off right now. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Let's get this guy. So I have been playing some Atomfall, which is an open world survival type game. You know, I want to put another point into this. Perfect. More damage per second. Reward chest, artifact or soul gem. Let's go artifact. Increases your damage, increases crit chance, increases crit damage. Critical hits from your attacks increase your maximum resources. Okay, so we're gonna go with that. Love the crit chance. Yeah, so I've been playing Atomfall, and that's an interesting game. It definitely gives me Fallout vibes. And I don't want to say too much about the story, because I'd never want to, you know, spoil or ruin things for anybody. But if you enjoy Fallout, you might want to take a look at this game. I don't know how much more time I'm going to spend with it. I've put in around 3 hours or so at this point. And one of the things I dislike about it a little bit is that there's a lot of walking back and forth. Now, you can make that a little bit easier over time, but there is a lot of trekking back and forth. I think it's purposeful, you know, that they want you to explore and find some new things along the way of your journey. It's just, I'm not always up for that. I like to have the fast travel as an option, the way Fallout pretty much does it, you know? I think Fallout ruined me with when it comes to those types of games. That said, I think it's nice. I may go back to it. I may spend more time with it. But I'm glad I tried it. All right. I want to level... Let's see. Mana, Sword of Fire. Hitting a burning enemy with Sword of Fire. Chance to restore 5 mana. Let's do that. Okay, so that is fully upgraded. We've got some more resources. Let's come down here. We've got 3 more enemies in the area. Ooh, man. That was a big hit. Advanced artifact. I think that's what we're gonna do. Increases your damage. Whenever an enemy takes damage over time, the next instance of damage over time is amplified by 7%. Oh, that's the one. Yeah, that is absolutely the one. Let's do that. Okay. Speaking of spiders, I think we're about to get very spidery here. Let's take a quick sip. Mm-hmm. All right. Sometimes I don't want to be right. Here we go. Once more into the maelstrom. Yeah, it's a tough day to be that guy, isn't it? Yeah. Ooh, man. Okay. All right, let's pop off some health here. Get some, ooh, man, get some resources going. jeez. All right, we gotta pop off another vial here. All right, well, that's the last vial. Oof. I was ready for the ground pound that time. All right, we should be able to pop 12 of these off, right? All 12. I'm glad we bought that skill. Oh, man. Come on, one time. One time. Oh! You know, some of them go down like that. Some of them really do. And what that tells me is that next time around, that spider is going to be taken out. We're going to give it a one-way ticket to the other side. You know what I mean? So here's what we're also going to do. We're going to go visit. Well, looks like we got some things happening in here. Look at this. Let's have a quick conversation. Hello, have you met my little girl? I've heard that the forest is corrupted vine spirits. It's complex for even the most experienced soldiers. Yes. I read that completely wrong, but you were there with me. I hope the items I have will help you on your journey ahead. Oh, I'm sure they will. Let's see what you got. Okay. So we could absolutely benefit from a new ring, that's for sure. Projectile damage would have helped quite a bit. Plus 7% attack speed, all magical damage. Oh, that's interesting. So I am leaning this way. Let's go ahead and buy that. All right, so better ring. That's good. But really what I want to do is visit our friend that works on potion brewing. Here it is. Okay, so let's put some resources in. So this is going to benefit us from the standpoint of more life, but also we're working towards more capacity as we upgrade this. Okay, so that next one is going to take the capacity to level 4. And so I will leave that there. Folks, I think this game's pretty cool. This is called Dragon is Dead. It's a hack and slash roguelite platformer, and I think it's fun. I think I'd like to play more of it. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see more, and I'd be happy to make that happen. All right, let's do this again sometime soon. We'll get together and play a roguelike or a roguelite because, well, they're the best, and you're the best. I really appreciate the support, and I'll see you next time out there. Take care. Goodbye.